Hello everybody, I'm RG Marquez with KSAT.com and welcome to our weekly Spurscast where we discuss all things silver and black. And joining me is David Sears and we have a special guest today, the one and only Leslie Mouton. Leslie, thank you so much for being here.
And I feel very elevated. I feel in an important position.
We put you in the Queen's chair.
There you go. So Leslie, you are a Spurs season ticket holder.
Yes, I am. 3 years now and absolutely love our silver and black. Love them, love them, love them.
Yeah, how exciting has this season been compared to the other years that you've had season tickets?
Well, every year's been exciting, but this year's just got a crazy excitement. The race for Sace. I mean, when we got LaMarcus Aldridge on the team, we were all like, are you kidding me? Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Danny Green. How can we go wrong?
Absolutely, yeah. David?
Who's your favorite guy so far this year? Who you enjoy watching the most?
Well, I have the Kawhi crush.
Oh,
the
nice.
Kawhi
yeah,
crush.
I do, yeah.
Oh.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
And what is it about Kawhi that you have this crush on him?
I think it's because he's so soft-spoken, he's just so unassuming, but he is just massively mean on that court, and I love to watch him play.
You know, it's really fun to watch him. And how much have you got to see Jonathan Simmons, the young guy that gets up and down?
Yes,
Isn't it amazing to watch those two guys together?
I don't know as much about him
Yeah.
because, of course, you know, I've been watching Kawhi for a bit
Yeah.
longer. But I love it. All of our
Yeah.
guys. We have a deep bench and just so much talent.
But that's one of the guys that I think we've been talking about a lot because he's really started to come on. And then you got to be a fan of Boban.
Oh, yes.
The big Bo.
Boban mania. Or do you have
He's
Boban
massive.
fever right now?
He is, you know, you look at him and I'm like, can you imagine? I got to tell you, one time I ran into Tony Parker at the airport and when he stood up, I was like, you're tall. He looks like he's so little on the court, but of course he's
Compared
not
to
really.
those other guys.
Just all of them.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of the whole team.
They're doing great.
So now we're looking at the Spurs. They're 31-6. It's the greatest start in franchise history. Is this season now kind of a championship or bust type season for you? Or are you more looking at it as, well, you know, they brought in some new guys. You know, it's going to maybe take them a little bit of time, especially during the playoffs, to kind of gel? Or are you
I think
looking
they're
at
already
this, they got to
gelling.
win this thing?
Well, they're
year?
already gelling, but I mean, they have to do it because I mean, we don't know about Timmy.
Yep.
We don't know about Manu. This could be the last season that this core group of guys will be together.
They're gelling very well. I think LaMarcus has finally found his stride with this team. You got David West coming off the bench, and of course he starts when Tim is resting. So and he's done an outstanding job. I don't want to say it's a championship or bust, but it could very well be.
Yeah.
Like Leslie says, when you got a couple of guys that may not be around much longer. Yeah. The thing that I'm very interested in seeing, and especially in the second half of the season, is how they go up against Golden State. They still have Golden State 4 times the rest of the
I think we
season.
have two more here at home, don't we?
2 of them at home, and two of them are there in the Bay Area. So
Yeah,
yeah,
hold
that's
your
going to be
breath.
interesting. And Oklahoma City is getting better. Kevin Durant, he came back earlier this week, so it's going to be very interesting. Yeah. But
And they have Rodeo Road Trip coming up too, but traditionally that's really served well for them. Last year not so much, but usually they do pretty well on the road trip.
And that's that bonding time and
Yeah.
the bunker mentality that Pop brings. So,
Yeah.
No, well, here's a question for you, Leslie.
Okay.
Though. Have you ever had any of Pop's wine?
I haven't, Pop. You need to rectify that. I'm just saying. No, but I hear it's very
You
good.
need to, what's the label? It's Hammer and
I
Rock.
should know
or
this.
whatever that is.
I don't
Right,
know.
that
It's
sounds pretty
saying about
familiar, yeah.
Hammer the Rock.
I don't know. Can you hook a girl up? You see him sometimes. You
I'll
interview
talk
him.
to him about it and say, hey, man, there's probably no better wine connoisseur than you outside of Pop.
I don't know. Sean Elliott's up there too.
Well,
Sean
that's true.
Elliott's
He's
got
Well,
it.
you got
His
the-
wine
you know
game
Sean.
on par, yeah.
Well, I do. I do know Sean. He's introduced me to some great wines, but I don't think I've ever had Pops.
Well, you
We need to fix
work on
that.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward most to seeing the rest of the season?
The Spurs winning the championship.
That was easy.
Well, yeah, that's...
I
guess
was
it is
thinking
a
maybe more in
championship
depth
bust
on,
season,
I don't know. Well, I don't know what I was thinking of that.
I'm looking forward to having that season ticket in my hand as I go to that final game when they actually get that 6th ring.
Are you surprised that they're doing as well as they're doing?
No, I mean, I think we all expected it, but we kind of held our breath because you don't know. There are some new guys that are mixed in. Even though they're very talented guys, will they gel? But they have, and it's been great.
And I think that just speaks to Coach Popovich and that coaching staff, that they could just kind of bring these guys in and they just kind of learn the Spurs way. And I think when you definitely see it on the court.
Yes.
I mean, you know, when you're at the games, you can see the guys kind of cheering for each other on the bench. I mean, how cool is that to kind of just watch from a fan perspective?
I think that Pop and all of the guys, they look for specific guys that will gel with them. They look for a certain character. It's not just the play, it's also the character. I can't imagine the Spurs without Pop. Can you?
No.
I don't think I want to know this.
No, no, me either.
And you talk about LaMarcus and you talk about some of the guys that they brought on. I mean, obviously he's had to look past this year because, you know, Tim's not going to play forever and Manu's not going to play forever. So you got to kind of look past into the future.
What was that quote that I think he said not too long ago? They pay pretty well. So he's okay.
So he's sticking around.
Yeah.
So.
It's a pretty good gig.
It's a good incentive,
definitely.
right?
Yeah,
Probably got a nice wine cellar.
Yeah.
Which I'd love to see.
We got to get on that for sure.
Right,
Definitely. Okay, well, this sounds great, guys. Any last points?
Go Spurs, go. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Leslie is so into the San Antonio Spurs.
I love them.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank y'all for having
Awesome.
me.
Thank you very much, Leslie, for joining us. Okay, well, that's a wrap. Remember, you could find the latest coverage, Spurs coverage, on air and online at KSAT.com. For David Sears and the lovely Leslie Mouton, I'm RZ Marquez, KSAT.com. Have a great weekend, everybody.
She'll be back.